Coming up on today's episode of AMA Drone Report. UK may ban kids from owning drones. Agenda taking shape for FAI International Drone Conference and Expo. And political fallout from alleged drone attack is being evaluated. Hello, I'm Laura Hudson. Welcome to Airborne's AMA Drone Report on Aero-TV, a weekly news program covering the recreational drone world in partnership with the Academy of Model Aeronautics, one of the oldest and most respected aviation organizations in the world, with more than 200,000 members and 2,400 clubs across the country. The UK has new drone rules under consideration that would ban people under the age of 18 years old from owning a drone weighing more than 250 grams, or 0.55 pounds. The proposal could allow kids to fly heavier drones under adult supervision if the aircraft is owned by and registered to an older person. The restriction is pegged to the age at which an insurance policy can be issued. Other suggestions in the proposed bill that is targeted for implementation later this year are online safety tests and required registration for drones over 250 grams, as is required in the U.S. Police could be allowed to confiscate drones as TSA can now, and reckless pilots could be fined immediately when caught. The proposed rule also authorizes counter-drone technology to protect public events and critical national infrastructure, and stop contraband from reaching prisons, and a requirement to file flight plans using apps before flight. Current UK regulations allow for fines of up to €2,500 and a prison sentence of up to 5 years for flying a drone above 400 feet and within about 0.5 nautical miles from an airport boundary. That rule went into effect July 30th. In the next Drone Minute, let's take a brief look at a few of the shorter stories that are making the rounds of the small UAS and hobby drone communities. The horrific wildfires in California have provided awesome and terrible imagery for the world to ponder in the last few days. But concerns about drone flights near and above the affected areas have caused the FAA to reach out to the drone community to advise caution. In a recent YouTube video, FAA Acting Administrator Dan Elwell spoke directly to drone pilots about the impact of unauthorized drone operations near wildfires. AIRBUS has confirmed the successful landing of its new Zephyr-S high-altitude pseudo-satellite. After taking off on July 11th in Arizona, USA, Zephyr-S logged a maiden flight of over 25 days, the longest duration flight ever made. This maiden flight of the solar-powered Zephyr-S proves the system capabilities and achieved all the flight's engineering objectives. The previous longest flight duration record was also logged by a Zephyr prototype aircraft a few years ago, achieving then more than 14 days of continuous flight. UASs have entered the mainstream as part of the latest development in electronics, as their popularity continues to expand across the world. In the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality's case, the 3 UASs currently employed by the department have proven to be vital additions to the environmental protection mission. Recently, one was deployed to fly over a section of the Mississippi River to document an oil spill that occurred near the French Quarter. The Nevada Institute for Autonomous Systems has launched the Nevada Drone Center of Excellence for Public Safety. The mission is to save lives and reduce air hazards from drone incursions by empowering a shared safety vision with the FAA's integration of drones into the commercial air traffic system. That was our Drone Minute. Now back to the rest of the news. FAI, the World Air Sports Federation, has released a detailed conference program for the FAI International Drones Conference and Expo 2018. Top drone experts from around the globe will present the latest developments in technology around the hot topics of drone sports, safety, and innovation during the event at the EPFL Rolex Learning Center in Lausanne, Switzerland. The 2-day conference will take place on August 31st through September 1st, while the Expo will be held from August 31st through September 2nd, finishing with the EPFL Drone Race Cup. Attendees will be from the drones industry and related science community, governmental authorities and regulators, air sports organizations, and media. Day 1 presents the larger picture of the world of drones and drone sports, with presentations regarding the 2018 drone racing calendar, outlook for 2019, and demonstrations of the cutting-edge technology directing the future of drone sports. Speakers scheduled in the morning of Day 2 will discuss the latest issues regarding safety and air traffic management systems. The afternoon is dedicated to the latest drone innovation within areas such as humanitarian aid, security, and transport. Drone organizations and advocates are keeping a watchful eye out for fallout that may come after a report of a drone attack on an international head of state. The Venezuelan government has reported that drones carrying bombs were allegedly involved in an assassination attempt against President Nicolás Maduro Saturday. The president was uninjured. 6 people described as terrorists have been detained in connection with the attack, and the government said the drones targeted Maduro as he gave a speech. 7 soldiers were injured in the attack, captured on video. Reverell said 2 drones, which he said were DJI M600s, were used to carry the explosives. They did not reach their target area before the bombs were detonated. In videos said to be captured at the scene, 1 drone impacted a building and the other exploded in mid-air. But the veracity of the videos is in question. Opposition leaders in Venezuela say the government is using the apparent attack as a reason to round up dissidents and army deserters, and to distract the public from the country's economic problems. The UK newspaper The Daily Mail reports that the blast was caused by a gas tank explosion inside an apartment building. Well, that's our program for this week. Airborne's AMA Drone Report is presented weekly in cooperation with the Academy of Model Aeronautics. And in addition to this program, our daily Airborne Unlimited episodes covering the entire aviation and aerospace world are streamed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. And more information on the exciting hobby drone world at modelaircraft.org. We'll see you next week.